going on? What's going on, fitness family? Welcome back to the channel. Today, well, just look. You guys see where I am. I'm in Houston, Texas, and I'm at Alphalete Gym. Now, I come to Texas a lot, and I've been wanting to come to Alphalete Gym because Alphalete is what you call a destination gym. It's a gym you should go to at least one time and check it out because there's so many different things going on inside there that you don't have at most gyms. So we are here in Houston, Texas. We're gonna come to Alphalete for 2 days. So I'm gonna give my review at the end of the second day. Now I've heard a lot of things about Alphalete. Much of it is good, some of it not so good, but I don't take other people's opinions and I don't want you guys to take mine. I'm gonna give you guys my honest review. And if you're seeing this video, put your experience at Alphalete in the comment section, all right? With that being said, let's go.
Did you realize that you are a champion in their eyes? Their eyes. Their eyes. Their eyes.
As I mentioned in the intro, Alphalete is definitely someplace I wanted to come. So when you walk in, you guys, you can see that that's the Alphalete shop. They have their own clothing brand. You guys can tell by the decorations what time of year this was. This was, I want to say, last November. So it's been a while since I've been putting videos out, and I apologize for that. And when you walk over here, this looks like kind of a wall of fame, some sort of history of the company, the gym. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, definitely a lot of pictures of a lot of different milestones. And once you get past the front desk, this is the restaurant / lounge area. So you have a place where you guys can eat, sit down and relax and unwind after a long workout. They have USB ports there. You can bring your computer if you want to edit, so forth and so on, as you guys can see. So it's definitely some place that you can come, unwind, edit your videos, so forth and so on. Alphalete has a very, I want to say, social atmosphere, including being a gym, similar to what Fusion has. I think it's a mix of gym and a mix of like a social place where people can socialize also, from what I'm seeing. That's the restaurant right there. Now, as you guys can see, it's dark outside. For those that don't know, I am someone that goes to the gym at like 5 in the morning. That's a whole social area outside for people to socialize, like I said. We're actually going to look at that a little bit later in the gym. But if you can see through the windows, that's a whole area outside where people can socialize and lounge as well. All right? Of course, that's the men and women's bathrooms. Not that you guys care about that. All righty. Now you have to walk down this long lighted hall in order to get to the gym. Pretty cool, right? It's almost like a build-up to getting into the gym. All right, so what I didn't realize about Alphalete has two sides. So this is the Alphalete gym. This is the more modern side of the gym, for lack of a better word, right? All of your standard equipment. Pretty spacious. Now I told you guys this is a destination gym, so you might be wondering why it's empty. Like I said, I was here about 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to be the first one because I try to be respectful of people and their privacy, and I definitely wanted to film. So that's why I got up that early to film so that I can get everything. And as usual, guys, we're looking at the heaviest dumbbell that I found on this side, which was 125 pounds. That's 25 pounds more than we saw at Fitness Connection. But you saw also it goes up to 150. So they have up to 150 pound dumbbells on the Alphalete side of Alphalete. Pretty cool. So this is a studio. I don't know if it's a spin studio. I do see the bikes in there, so they probably use it for that. But I'm pretty sure they use it for other things too, maybe aerobics. By the way, those squatting wedges are awesome. If you guys don't have any of those, they sell them on Amazon. Those are awesome. I'm pretty sure besides spin class, they probably do maybe Pilates and yoga in this room as well. It's pretty small, not very big, which says to me that people that come to this gym probably aren't into those sort of things. You have to go to other gyms if you're big into these spin class, so forth and so on, right? So we're back out on the Alphalete side. But now, as I mentioned to you guys, Alphalete has a whole other side of the gym, which we're going to explore shortly. And they have a station right there for you to be able to buy water if you don't want to go back to the front desk, if you don't want to go back to the store. You know, I will say, when I was watching this gym online, I did think this gym was bigger. This particular side of the gym was bigger. It's not as big in person as I thought it was. But that's because there's so much more on the other side, which we're going to explore in a few minutes. So now you have to walk down this hallway across to the other side. The other side of the gym is the side that I believe caters more towards bodybuilders, caters more towards power lifters. This is the hardcore side of the gym. The equipment in here is not new. It doesn't have that new trendy feel, as you guys can see. Everything is a lot more hardcore on the side. Look at the weights rusting. You can clearly see that. So, you guys can see the benches. You guys can see the weights. Just look at the difference on the side. Now, one thing I do like is Texas gets very hot. They have the garage style doors that open up, you know, so that air can come in because it gets very hot. Let's see how heavy the weights on this side go to. Guys, on this side of the gym, the dumbbells go up to 200 pounds. If you are bench pressing 200-pound dumbbells, let everybody know in the chat because you're pretty strong if you're able to do that. Of course, they have the cable machine station over here. You know what's interesting? I've been to gyms where this is their equipment. This is the state of the equipment in these gyms. Everything looks old and worn out. And for some people, that enhances the workout. That's kind of the environment that they want to work out in. So that's cool. But it's nice that they have this side for the more hardcore people, and they have the other side for the people that are into more trendy things. I wish I had went during the spring or summer months when they actually opened the doors. That would have been good. Definitely when I'm back in Texas again, I plan on going back. I'm coming back to the back of the gym to see my favorite machine in any gym. I wish my gym had this open for us to use, and that's the pendulum squat. This squat machine will humble you. If you're squatting 3 plates, 4 plates, 5 plates on each side, that's wonderful. But don't think you're going to come to the pendulum squat and do the same numbers, because you're not. And back there you have your squat racks. You have your deadlift stations here. Again, when you factor in both sides of the gym, it's a big gym. They just separated each side based on what it is your fitness needs are. That's it. I actually spend more time on this side than I did on the other side, just because they had a better variety of equipment back here. And like most people, I kind of like the old school hardcore feel. So now we're going back across the hallway, but this time, guys, it's starting to get light outside, and this is the best part of Alphalete to me, right? In the spring and the summertime, you have an outdoor workout area. So you can actually come out here, and in this particular area is where you would do legs. You do have a bench press over there. You also have squat racks over there. Let's keep walking and see what it is that we see. So ahead, guys, you have a full-length basketball court. Now remember, these are the garage doors that I told you guys about. You guys can see outside of each garage door, there's a heavy bag for people that like to get their boxing in. So that's pretty awesome. So I can only imagine in the spring and the summertime when the garage doors open, people are outside hitting the bags, people are outside playing basketball. It's an amazing, amazing facility, as you guys can see. You know, Nick, you can do these sort of things in states like Texas and Florida and California where there's a lot of open space. You know, you'll not find gyms like this in New York. The closest gym that I've seen that even comes close to having and offering things like this is Fusion in Philadelphia, Fusion Fitness. All right, but there's plenty more to see, guys. Let's keep going. So in the distance, guys, you have another area for you to work out outside as well. A little bit of shelter over your head because of the hot summer months in Texas, obviously. So you get to be outside without the sun beating you down. And there's a second full-length basketball court there as well. So you have two. So again, there's a lot to do. You know, for the ladies, if your husband goes to Alphalete and he's going for like 2 or 3 hours, if you're watching this video, you might understand why. There's so much to do here. Like, I would be here for hours. You have a volleyball court right there, right? The sand and everything. And guys, in the distance, as you can see, you have a soccer field. So Alphalete is equal parts gym, equal parts recreation, and equal parts a social atmosphere as well. The one thing I did not do while I was there that I should have done, I should have asked them how much it costs per month, but I could always look on the website and see. I didn't ask them that. But I'm pretty sure it's a pretty penny. You're not paying $10 like you do at Planet Fitness to join Alphalete, that's for sure. Not with all these amenities. But yet and still, guys, as you're going to see later on in the video, there's still plenty more. So Alphalete is a very, very spacious plot of land with a lot of different things to do. You know, one of the reasons why I started this channel is that I like to go around to different gyms and visit different gyms and be in different atmospheres and see different people working out in order to keep myself motivated. That's one of the things I use to keep myself motivated, is I go to different gyms. And I'm not saying that if I were in Texas and I joined Alphalete, I still wouldn't go to other gyms. But this particular facility, upon my first time being here, I can say this particular facility by itself can keep me motivated because there's always something different to do. Right? So over here, you have your turf. Most of the gyms have the turf inside, but they have the turf outside. All right? So this is where you guys can do your farmer's carries, your lunges, etc., etc. You can do them right outside. Wouldn't recommend that you do those in the summer out here, obviously, but nevertheless, I'm pretty sure it's cool to do it in the fall, the early spring, when it's not so hard. Now, to me, this was probably the most impressive part of the gym because I did not see any gym that I've been to having this right here, which is pretty cool, right? And I'm not talking about what you guys are looking at right there. And there's yet another area to work out right there. I'm not even talking about that, although that's pretty impressive as well. But I'm talking about those hills. You guys will see them momentarily. Let's come over here and look at the kettlebells real quick. Your kettlebells, your ropes, your physio balls, etc. Now you guys can tell it's early in the morning because the guys are blowing the leaves. So now, I want to say right now it's around, I got there about 4:45, 5 o'clock. I'd say right now, as we're watching this, it's about 7 a.m. Look at those hills right there that you can run up and down. That's awesome. I don't see many gyms having that, right? So Alphalete has a lot to offer, guys. All right, guys, that concludes day number 1 at Alphalete Gym. We're gonna be back here tomorrow for day number 2. So make sure you guys tune in, make sure you guys are subscribed, because I'm gonna give you guys my honest review of Alphalete Gym after day number 2, right? I'll see you guys again.
Introducing the powerhouse of vitality. Unleash your inner energy with our cutting-edge energy and muscle builder. Feel the surge. Conquer the day. Elevate your performance. Redefine your limits. Power up with Muscle Force Max. Fuel your potential. Ignite your strength. Order now for a life charged with unstoppable energy. Visit EliteElements.com.